On Monday, The New Yorker published a bombshell news story from Jane Mayer that basically detailed the entire incestuous relationship between Donald Trump and Fox News. And the article had a lot of things to say, a lot of it just kind of anecdotal and inconsequential, but some of it actually points to illegal activity on behalf of the president. So let's go through just a few of the things that article told us. First and foremost, one of the kind of weird things that the president does, certainly not illegal, but certainly weird, is the fact that he actually has a rating system that he gives to hosts. On a scale of 1 to 10, how loyal are they to Donald Trump? Fox News' Bret Baier got a 6. Sean Hannity was a perfect 10, but Steve Doocy at Fox and Friends actually broke the meter, and he's ranked a 12. On a scale of 1 to 10, Steve Doocy is a 12. Not an 11 or a 13, solid 12 on that 10-point scale. Rupert Murdoch apparently likes to use Jared Kushner as his conduit to the White House, and Kushner reportedly, according to the sources Mayer spoke to for this article, Kushner talks to Rupert Murdoch and gets advice on issues of the day, gets his opinion on things, finds out what he wants the White House to do for him and his media empire. And Kushner is the conduit through which all of that travels. Some of the more sinister revelations. Roger Ailes apparently helped feed Donald Trump debate questions ahead of the Republican debate that Fox News hosted back in 2015. That way, Donald Trump could be more prepared than the other candidates, could sound better than the other candidates, and essentially help to give him a leg up in those debates where Donald Trump should have performed horribly. Now we know why he didn't bomb. He had those questions in advance. Ironically, just like a lot of Republicans say Hillary Clinton had debate questions in advance. Well, actually, it was Trump who had the debate questions in advance, at least in the Republican primaries. Another thing that's a little bit shocking here is the fact that Fox News had the Stormy Daniels story. They had a reporter, did a phenomenal job, a woman by the name of Diane Falzone. She found this story, reported on it, knew it was going to happen, had this massive report put together, and then Fox News said, hey, that's great. Why don't you go put that in the trash can because nobody cares? Or at least we don't here at this network. And they never ran the story. They essentially engaged in the same kind of activity that the National Enquirer was engaging in for Donald Trump, which is catch and kill. They had the story, they could have talked about it, they refused to do it. Here's where things kind of trample into the arena of illegality. And that is the revelation that Donald Trump helped to kill, at least temporarily, the CNN-Time Warner merger, or AT&T Time Warner merger, because he wanted to punish CNN because he hates them so much. He did it because Fox News didn't want it to happen either. And he told, we had economic advisor Gary Cohn, is who he told him to go pressure the Justice Department to deny permission for this merger. Cohn refused to do it, but the Justice Department did still respond to President's pressure and refused the merger until recently when a court said, yeah, your arguments against this merger are total BS, we're going to approve it. If Donald Trump is having his DOJ try to punish his political enemies, then yes, that's illegal. That is an abuse of power and that needs to be investigated. And given the fact that Democrats in the House of Representatives are right now pretty much investigating everything Trump's ever done, I'm willing to bet that this new Jane Mayer story is going to be on top of the list next time Democrats have to issue subpoenas or are trying to figure out which investigation to launch next. My money's going to be on Donald Trump using the DOJ to do Fox News' bidding, because to me, that seems like a pretty big deal that we need to take seriously. One of today's video sponsors is Blinkist.com. Blinkist.com takes some of the best nonfiction books available and condenses them into either 15-minute audiobooks or very short 15-minute reads so users can get the information that they need and move on to the next. They take the key parts of these nonfiction books, whether it's self-help, business, history, politics, and they condense it into easy to digest information. What's great about this, especially in my line of work here, is that I can go through, find any political history book that I want, get the 15-minute audio version, and listen to it while on my way to work. On the way home, I can do a second book, third or fourth in the evening if you have the time. But that's what's so great about it. It's the best parts, the key takeaways, and the vital information that Blinkist.com provides. And right now, the first 100 users to go to Blinkist.com/ringoffire are going to get 7 days absolutely free. That's 7 days to listen to or read as many of these condensed nonfiction books as possible. And then after that, if you want the full membership, you'll get 25% off going to Blinkist.com/ringoffire. There's also a link at the very top of this video description. Again, only the first 100 users are going to get the 7 days free, so make sure you act fast.